Good morning. I'm Sean, and this is something to think about. You know, I was doing an interview recently toward the end of the year, and one of the questions the interview asked me is, Sean, with the results that you guys create growing businesses, what is the one thing, man? What's the secret sauce? I mean, what is the thing that has businesses grow 50 or 100%? Is it systems? Is it strategies? What the heck is it? Good morning, Katie. Good morning, Jenny. Good morning, sorry. Stephanie, good morning. I hope you're having a wonderful day. So the question, Brandy, good morning, Brandy. And Deborah Bailey, good morning, Deborah. Thanks for joining me this morning. So the question was, Sean, what is the secret sauce? How do y'all grow businesses like 50 or 100%? I mean, what is the one thing that makes it work? Is it strategies? Is it systems? Well, of course, it's all of those things. No doubt about it. But the one thing that is the catalyst for making all those things work, or the glue that holds all of those things together, that ultimately your business cannot grow without, is open, honest, direct, non-judgmental communication. Now that makes sense, right? When you and I are having this conversation, Brandy's going, yeah, communication is the issue. I'm sure that everybody who is watching me right now is going, duh, that makes common sense. Communication is the lifeblood that allows you to solve problems. It allows your team to be on the same page. It's accountability. It's solutions. It's strategies. It's game planning. All of those things. It's coaching. It's support. All of those things revolve around open communication. And that's common sense. I'm sorry, this darn camera's driving me nuts. It's common sense. You know what? As they say, common sense is not common practice. Why is it that communication is such a big deal in entrepreneurial businesses? You know, here's my belief after 35 years of being in business. Number one, most people are so focused on the growth of their business. They're so focused on, I shouldn't say growth, they're focused on doing the performance of the tasks that require the business to go, that you avoid communication. Well, the natural destination when communication is avoided is, guess what? The only time you're communicating is when things boil over and it becomes a massive problem. So with that kind of a situation going on, I think it's easy to recognize that most communication only happens when there is a big old boiled over sort of a problem. And when that's the thing, people have a negative connotation to open communication. But you know what? It's not negative. Communication is the only tool that you've got to be able to hold accountability, support ownership, communicate game plans, get on the same page with strategies. It's the only tool that you've got for moving the business forward. So what do you do about it? If you're Brandy, I'm looking for a thumbs up from you, Brandy, because you have experienced this in a bazillion different ways, as has Cameron. Let's see, I'm trying to get everybody, my thing is not scrolling, so I can't tell who all's on here, but all of you guys that are on here, if you see that communication is your biggest opportunity, give me a thumbs up. I'd like to know how big of a deal. Brandy says, crybabies when communication gets tough. Well, you know, I think that's really true. At the end of the day, it's common sense that communication that's direct, it's open, it's honest, it's non-judgmental. That's common sense, and that's the thing that's going to grow our businesses. But why is it not common practice? Good morning, Donnie Marie, the Florida girl. Thanks for joining me, Dawn. Common sense is not necessarily common practice, and I think at the end of the day, if you're in dentistry, it doesn't matter what role you play in dentistry, it's kind of easier to focus on doing the do, right? I mean, if you're a hygienist, you got patients to see. If you're an assistant, you got patients to see. You got rooms to flip. You got, stuff to do. If you're a dentist, you've got, procedures to perform. If you're up front, then you've got insurance to call on, right? You've got financials to be arranged, right? But at the end of the day, your business being as successful as it possibly can be is not around those things. It's around communication so that strategies are in place and departments are supporting other departments and nobody's got their blinders on focusing on these own things. And the only way we can do all of that is through open communication. So what's the key? Here's the key. If you're a leader, and everybody watching this is a leader on your team in some capacity or the other, you have got to protect and hold sacred communication. You have got to put that as the priority above everything. You've got to make sure that we're working on the business, meaning communication, versus working in the business. You got to protect it. You got to love on it, as Dave Ramsey says. You have to cultivate it. You got to make sure, in short, that we're coaching through the challenges that are preventing us to communicate. Otherwise, communication is non-existent. And it's common sense. You got to have it to be successful. There's no way that a group of people are ever going to be on the same page without open, honest, direct, non-judgmental communication. You got to protect it. You got to make sure that it's a priority. You've got to work through the challenges on it. You got to get adept at reading people's body language. And so when communication is happening and somebody's not taking it right or whatever, right? Stop and address it and make sure that communication is not getting into right and wrong or good or bad. Remember, open, honest, direct, and non-judgmental. Good morning, Amanda Neal. I hope you're having a great day. So that's the key to making it work. Protecting communication, prioritizing communication, working through the challenges of communication. As we say on all of our channels at the end of the day, if communication is the problem, it's really, really tough to get a solution, because without communication, there is no solution. And that is something to think about. Good morning, Travis. I'm Sean, and thanks for joining me on Something to Think About. I hope you have an awesome day. It's still a little bit dark here. Oh no, that's just the shades. It's not dark here in Middle Tennessee. I hope it's warm where you are. Have an awesome day.